if it was like this.
All
It was to
sorts.
you that the mail I sent? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yes. Because I don't understand. You are so much in the Anfield Index, so it's
Yeah, it
confusing
is.
for me.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and welcome to a special episode of Media Matters. What a 24 hours or so it's been, Liverpool fans. We could be talking about the title and the celebrations on Sunday, but everyone wants to know about Florian Wirtz and the latest. And when we want to know about Florian Wirtz and the latest, all we can do is turn to the man who practically broke the internet yesterday, got the news out there. It is, of course, the renowned and the respected Sacha Tavolieri. Sacha, I'm guessing it's been a rather busy sort of 24 hours for yourself.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, to be honest. Absolutely crazy. What's going to happen with Florian Wirtz is something that I wasn't expecting by myself. But yeah, there was so much to say. And as I told you previously of the record, it's a story who got story inside the story. So it's crazy. It's a Russian poopy.
There's drama, there's players, and we're going to get into it all. So I'm probably just going to throw questions at you, Sacha, because it's difficult to do a timeline with this because it's all been a bit frantic, but want to get into it straight away, almost at the end. I suppose what people are wanting to know right now with Florian Wirtz, what is the latest as we speak? Because, you know, we've got the news, we've got the excitement. People, Liverpool fans, we want to be like, please, let's just get this over the line. Let's get this confirmed. So where are we as we stand right this second?
At the moment, what we can say is that the latest, very latest, is that after that, Florian Wirtz made a call to FC Bayern and contact Max Eberl directly and Vincent Company to thank him for the interest. Liverpool had made something very clear, so he got the information, and the plan is that this morning and in the next hours, a sort of call is scheduled between Michael Edwards and the Bayer Leverkusen officials. So there is something happening right now. The moment we are speaking, they are just planifying how to make installments on the deal, because at the moment it's something that you have to make it very understandable, is that Michael Edwards made so much work in order to convince FSG that he was the main player of the year, and it was also impactful in terms of media and in terms of image, in terms of symbol for Liverpool to do it, that they are so far already without having an agreement with the club. That's crazy, but it's the case that they couldn't go, away and say, okay, we are not going to do it. Now everything is in place. And by the way, also Leverkusen had what they were searching, because they never wanted to sell it to FC Bayern, but they couldn't force him to join another club. So they are very happy that Liverpool is going to call him this morning in order to see how to make it happen. This biggest transfer ever in the German transfer window in history.
Wow. And the comments are going off in the chat panel with ask Sacha this, ask Sacha that. Ladies and gents, I will get to them one by one, I promise. And kind of because you said, and I think I love the way you phrase it, Sacha, the story within the story. And there's almost been many players in this. Bayern have been in the mix at one time. City have been in the mix. It looks like it's us. This has never been a straightforward deal, has it?
No, never. It's something very, very important to understand, because at a certain moment, Leverkusen was so far with Manchester City that, in my opinion, there were, I think, no more doubts on the fact that City will win the fight, And it's a very much Florian Wirtz who took himself the decision to go away and to say, okay, I want something. I want to win a certain amount of money. And fact is that I don't know if you know it, but Manchester City has a salary cap, and the salary cap with Guardiola earning a lot more of everybody was not something very clear. And also, it makes some troubles into the club, because there were some part of Manchester City officials that really wanted him to sign, and others that says, okay, but you are going to make trouble inside the dressing room. The dressing room will be very affected by the fact that Florian Wirtz arrived, like a bit what's going to happen, what was happening with Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland arrived in the dressing room and made a very, very big trouble inside the club because of his earnings and his salary and so on. So they didn't want it they wanted to avoid that problem for sure. But yeah, it was the first name, and he was at the first ID very keen to go. And when people say that there was no agreement in principle, that's not true. Leverkusen went to Manchester City to work on installments to see how they will make the deal and so on. So they were very far into the deal. The only thing is that Florian Wirtz saw that he couldn't be the emerging star also of the collective. And also in terms of money, we can say very easy, Liverpool is going to give more money than Manchester City were expecting to give to Florian Wirtz. And that was also a key inside the deal. We are in the transfer window where the money is king. So it's important to say also that it's about money. That deal is also about this. And after that, I think Manchester City was not expecting that Liverpool went. They were interested, and Manchester City knew it. So that was quite clear for everybody. But fact is that they weren't expecting that they could go so far in terms of deals, in terms of money. It's breaking the lines of the normal side of what Liverpool is going to do. And I think they know that Manchester City now is considered as the first contender for next year. And if Liverpool want to be at that level for next year and continue and win the title for the next season, they had no more choice than to go into the biggest target of the year, and it was Florian Wirtz, And the trouble inside that deal, and that's also why I want to explain myself, and thank you for giving me that moment, is that when I say that Florian Wirtz has chosen Bayern Munich, it was because him and his father had said that to Manchester City. So they spoke to them and they said, no, we are not going to do it. We are going to choose FC Bayern Munich. That's why, and after you saw that there was so much confirmation about what I said, you hear that Manchester City was expecting him to heading to FC Bayern, and that was the key of the main situation. And when he chose to go to Bayern, it was because Liverpool didn't have that famous what's going to be a famous meeting with Michael Edwards at FSG. It was before, and then it happened something very clear. So in the narrative of the story, that's how it happened. It's not like Liverpool was very hot at the same time that Manchester City. No. It was like staying in the dark, seeing what's going to happen. City saying, okay, no, in terms of money, it's impossible. It was not about the transfer fee. It was about what I told you with getting the dressing room right, with Pep Guardiola always ahead, and what the money that he's going to get inside the package that he's going to win inside at the Reds. It was impossible for Manchester City to align with this, So Liverpool made the work, but accelerate in the terms very, very quickly. And I think that's very the key with Michael Edwards, who made the work without very being, in front of the lines, because there were two strategies. FC Bayern made a strategy very high with a big communication from the Dutch media, with the German media, just heading it, speaking that he's going to be, and it was quite true, because he did say that he had chosen Bayern to Manchester City. So the news was not false. It was the case.
Yeah.
But the other side was Liverpool, who was very quiet, very, very quiet. And right now, what is going to happen is that Liverpool is just going to make his plans in activity and going to conclude, of course, the deal in the next 72 hours.
Which is absolutely music to our ears. And It does make sense, because when we're talking about an elite talent like Florian Wirtz, it's never going to be straightforward. There's always going to be big European competitors in the mix. He's going to have a lot of offers. He's going to want to speak to all the camps as well, with his father, with his advisors. Of course, that's going to happen. Do you think, because this meeting now sounds legendary, is that what swayed it, do you think? Or is it the collection of factors like the package, Michael Edwards, Arne Slot? What's really driven Florian Wirtz to choose Liverpool?
Well, to be honest, there is something very clear. When Florian Wirtz went to Manchester, there was no Pep Guardiola. He was not there. When they went to the family also went to Anfield and to visit the training center, Arne Slot was there. So he spoke to them, and he did the job and the work to convince them. And they said, okay, but that's quite strange. They really want us. They want us to be the next successor of Kevin De Bruyne, but there is no the masterpiece. He is not there, And that was quite strange in their minds. They say, why did they say that we are so important for them if they are not there? And that makes some troubles also into the entourage mind. And that's why also you see that Florian Wirtz decided for Liverpool, because the club that really wanted to have, and also the most easy way to leave Leverkusen was to choose Liverpool, because the only club that wanted to align on the salary, on what Leverkusen is expecting, and also made the affective work in front of the player, was Liverpool. Because FC Bayern, of course, Vincent Kompany, I can tell you, spoke to Florian Wirtz, and it was a good link, and he likes Musiala, and they are friends, and they want to play together. But they had no opportunity to say that year you will be a FC Bayern player. The amount of the salary was absolutely amazing. But fact is that you didn't have any warranty to see him this summer, and he wanted to leave this summer, and that was the main key, because Bayer Leverkusen would never accept that FC Bayern just keep the best player of the league and then do it. It was unacceptable for Bayer Leverkusen.
Which it's become quite clear that the relationship between Leverkusen and FC Bayern isn't the best, let's put it that way. And I don't know if this is true, but we've seen a lot of stories that Leverkusen would actually have a price for Bayern, but they'd actually have a price for Liverpool, which is less than what they'd be buying because of that animosity. Is that true in the sense as well? In
a sense, yes, because I think that in terms of installments, facilities, bonus package, and so on, FC Bayern was absolutely not in an easy way to find the deal with Bayer Leverkusen. That's what we can say. What is going to happen right now? It's something very more smooth with Bayer Leverkusen. Why? Because it's something true to say that they were already discussing about Florian Wirtz when they make the deal for Frimpong. It's something that I can confirm to you. So they discuss a bit about this. They say, okay, you are going to earn a bit less about Frimpong, but we are going to compensate you and make the compensation with a bigger amount, but you will make it easy for us in terms of facility, installments, and so on. We will reach the amount you want, so around 150, but I don't have the detailed amount because it's not fixed right now, but it's around this. And you will get a bit like the money you were expecting to have on Frimpong on the Florian Wirtz deal. So it's a very family business that is going to happen between the both clubs, and it's quite a bit also very intelligent in terms of a Bayer Leverkusen side, because Bayer Leverkusen made a bit friends to friends with Manchester City. They spoke about making relationship, partnership, and so on, and they were doing the same. They did the same with Liverpool without Manchester City to be informed of that. That's crazy.
It is, it's crazy, but it's all working out well for us, and two best friends from Leverkusen are heading our way. And I do want to ask you this. It's maybe a bit different from the story, but it links into it as an element. It's right that we're excited as Liverpool fans, because from your experience and from watching European football, Florian Wirtz is an elite talent, just 22. He's a special player, isn't he?
Yeah, for sure. To be honest, for me, he is the next superstar of the football Premier League. So, for me, there is absolutely no doubt about the fact that the biggest transfer in this window will be Florian Wirtz to Liverpool. There is no other possibilities, because when we speak about players that are going to win the Ballon d'Or in the next 1 or 2 years, we are speaking about Florian Wirtz.
Wow.
And I think also Florian Wirtz did his choice because of that, because he knew that Liverpool could directly won, for example, the Champions League next year, and he has the World Cup with Germany to prepare.
Yeah.
And if he wants both, he knows that he's going to win the Ballon d'Or. So there is also a bit of very, very reflected game that he did, and you cannot expect it to have a better player inside the midfield. To be honest, if you stay with Gravenberch, who is for me one of the best midfielder, and you will have to choose, because Szoboszlai is still there, and how do you are going to work with the Szoboszlai going there and so on. That's also a key. And I think that Liverpool is going to find some way also to a bit change the squad, and that will be a part of the work that they will have to install in the best way. Also, Florian Wirtz install inside the first 11, but also there is something important, is that Michael Edwards, when he spoke to FSG, point out something very important. He said that Trent Alexander-Arnold made a deficiency in terms of image for Liverpool. And if Liverpool wants to stay high, they needed to make something even bigger in terms of image and in terms of communication than getting just Jeremy Frimpong. So it was the only key was to make the biggest star that could be transferred this summer, and it's indeed Florian Wirtz.
Which is crazily exciting for us. And one final question I've got for you, Sacha, because there's been about 8 million in the chat panel and quite a few have asked this. So it's interesting that at Leverkusen under Alonso, they've played a 3-4-2-1 almost, and Wirtz has been one of the number 10s, the shadow strikers, as you'd say, off the left side. With Liverpool and the way we play, almost alluding to a 4-3-3, where would you actually personally see his best position in a 4-3-3 or the current Liverpool setup?
I never saw him better than in the center of the game, to be honest. So for me, I don't believe that he will play the same role as Luis Diaz. And everybody knows that Luis Diaz is going to leave. There is also possibilities that Darwin Núñez is going to leave. But what they are looking to do is very looking for a target player for next year, in terms of avoiding that kind of we can say tactical schema that can be at certain moments a bit more replicable, and that also help the opponents to know a bit the game of Liverpool. And so they want to change that, and Florian Wirtz can help very, very much to a bit make a bit some versatility inside the game. So he could play at the left, he could play in the center, but he won't be a player fixed on what position. I think that Arne Slot will start with him, of course, in a position of more or less number 10, and then he will work on the left part. So that's also what can give us the key for the next targets that are going to be recruited by Liverpool. So number 9 for sure, and a replacement for Luis Diaz. I hear also about Malik Fofana. I can tell you that it's true that LFC are interested in Malik Fofana, but at the moment it's not a priority case, and they are before everything looking to sell Luis Diaz. So if he starts at the position as left winger, it won't be so much a problem, because as I told you, the new kind of play that wants to install Arne Slot fits with the kind of player that Florian Wirtz is. So a kind of play that is going to recenter the football and the domination of the team inside the game.
Brill. Well, ladies and gents, I know we won't answer all your questions, but we can't take 7 hours of Sacha's time, I'm afraid. So all it leads me to say, Sacha, is for the insight, for answering all the questions and giving us those opinions and facts, It is massively appreciated for that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for your invitation. And I was very glad to be there.
Brill. And ladies and gents, that was another Media Matters.